a story of evil and good. A story of censorship. There was a little girl called Caroline. This is her. She's sitting at her desk. She's reading a storybook. She loves stories. And here you see a wasp. The wasp has strayed into her room, and instead of killing it, trying to blow it out of the window, she befriends it. They become the best of friends, Caroline and the wasp. And every night she goes out, when her parents have gone to bed and gone to sleep. She climbs out of the window, down the hanging plant on the side of the building, into the forest, and down to the lakeside. She's been told that Grendel, the monster, is stalking the moors, but she doesn't care. She knows she can befriend Grendel. And that's what happens. She befriends Grendel. And she swims down to the bottom of the lake, and she finds Grendel's mother at the bottom of the lake, taking care of the house, wearing an apron. Grendel's mother is a little surprised to see a little girl, a human girl, down there, but doesn't do her any harm, accepts her. She's lonely. Grendel is out killing people every night. Grendel's mother has nothing to do. So she says, well, I suppose you could help me around the house. You could put on a little apron yourself and sweep up and wash the dishes and make some tea with the lake water tea. It's very tasty. And so the little girl, Caroline, she's sweeping water out of the underwater layer and making underwater tea every night for Grendel's mother. And Grendel comes back, but Caroline isn't frightened. She says, hello, Grendel. And Grendel says, hello, Caroline. And they're the best of friends. And then Caroline, in the daytime, she goes back to the little house. But one day, she's walking on the moor. And this bastard comes by. With a dagger in its scabbard. And it's Beowulf. And Beowulf, just absent-mindedly, without even thinking, just with a flick of the wrist, he slits Caroline's throat and she falls to the ground. She dies, bleeding to death, like a piece of human sushi. Do we read about this in the official version of Beowulf? No, we don't. It's been cut out because history is written by the winners. Nobody cares about Caroline. Grendel and Grendel's mother, both killed. The only people who would have given a good account of Caroline aren't there to tell the tale. History is written by the winners. But we can change that. Now that you know what I've just told you, take a felt-tipped pen, go to your local library, scribble out the name Beowulf on the books about Beowulf, and write in Caroline. She's the true hero of the story. I'll buy one of those papers. I'll read about the monster becoming money. Money is the real monster. scary monsters and super creeps. Keep me running scared.
She had a horror of rooms. She was tired. You can't hide beat. When I looked into her eyes, they were blue, but nobody home. Well, she could have been a killer if she didn't walk the way she do. And she do. She opened strange doors that will never close.
Never close again.
Scary, scary
Monsters and super creeps. Keep me running scared. Well, she asked me to stay, and I stole her room. She asked for my love, and I gave her a dangerous mind. Well, she's stupid in the street, and she can't socialize. I love that little girl, and I love her till the day she dies. Scary, scary monsters and super creeps. Going to keep me right.